I give Emily so many reasons why she's not type A, and he definitely thinks she's like super type A. He's like, oh my god, I'm so obsessed with schedules and whatever. And she like missed class, was late. She like drop shit on the floor.
I feel like you have a type A vibe. Like, I know you're not type A, but you still feel more type A. See, he touched her there. Like, that's more touching than Alex and I did in, like, any episode.
Including the makeup. Yeah. And when you were just sitting on his lap in the last episode.
I know, but, like, you couldn't really see it. So, like, yeah. This was the worst episode to edit. I hate it.
There was a lot of episodes that I wrote by myself, and a lot of episodes that we wrote together, but this was, like, the one episode she wrote by herself.
I should be allowed to write more by myself.
And I just sat next to her, and I was, like, texting this guy Brent, who was a sports comm major at my college, and being like, hey, what can you tell me about? I feel like he didn't get most of the jokes in this either, so the delivery wasn't there.
Yeah.
Drilling timeline. And he said, that was not in the script. He said it in every single take at different points, so it made it impossible for her to edit.
I don't think I knew it was a porn. I thought it was like anime.
Yeah, it must have been like a hentai then. That he and like a bunch of our friends watched on Valentine's Day one year after I had already left to go swing dancing. Someone commented about this episode about like how we end up on like such opposite ends, like symbolizing the difference between our friendship. That was not it. We just didn't have anyone behind the camera to, you know, make sure we were both in frame. Neither of us ended up being in frame. When we were filming this is when our brains were closest to where our characters were. So she's talking about like this amazing trip to England that she's going on. And she's downplaying it. She's like, oh, I'm not even gonna get to this. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, whatever. Where she is trying to make this trip sound less interesting and less enviable to Annie, who has a bunch of siblings, and her family isn't as well off as Emily's is, and Emily's an only child. So she's always been kind of spoiled. And so from her perspective, downplaying it, it will, like, lessen any envy that there might be there. From Annie's perspective, she's being a spoiled brat, and she's complaining about this awesome thing she's going to get to do. And
I get that. I feel like I've done that before.
Which side?
Emily's side.
Because I remember when we were talking about this and like putting the show together, like you like really like didn't understand why Emily was being like that. And even when we talked about it later, I'm like, I like explained to you why, and we're like, oh, like, oh, so we really were mentally in the states of our characters.
That feels so funny.
What?
Like, this is such a like bullshit show we wrote in like a month, and like for us to like be in character at any time like feels insane.
The whole reason for this was we wanted justification of why I wasn't going to be posting videos from England. Which you'll see if you look at the Instagram. I did post on Instagram lots of photos from England because I have been on 2 trips there. So here, when she's like not responding and doing the hype up, yeah, new videos every week. We're gonna move when we come back, blah blah blah. It's because she's leaving. She knows this. Emily doesn't.